Okay, this is the interior appliance and plumbing, but not the upstairs appliance and plumbing. Okay, the upstairs is all inclusive, and you've probably already seen that. So downstairs, we're looking at the fireplace. The fireplace has been turned on since I got here. Hasn't come on. The key's over here on the left-hand side, and the fireplace is inoperable. One thing I noticed about this fireplace is that it does not have a screen installed inside of it. 1, screens are not required. 2, manufacturer's installation instruction supersedes code, even though there is no code requiring it. 3, it's got a fixed front. You're never going to need a screen. So there's that. But we've got our artificial gas logs, and they appear to be drawing their combustible air when they work, and they haven't worked. It doesn't look like they've ever worked, by the way. And if they were to work, it appears that they would draw the combustible air from the living space. There is a code about that. However, manufacturer's installation instruction supersedes code. These fireplaces were made for applications like this. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm going to say that it draws its air from the living space. I might be wrong. Hearth extension, which can be calculated. This manufacturer may not even require a hearth extension. And there's different calculations for different size fireplaces. The Throwdown Home Inspector version I use is no more than 24 inches. This is a little shorter than 24 inches. Just be aware. I know I'm going to say that the hearth extension is short. Manufacturer might not even require it, but I'm going to say, warning, extremely hot. Okay, you should be about 36 inches back away from this. This electric receptacle outlet is the only floor receptacle outlet I've seen in the structure, and it works. Now moving on along over here, this is the downstairs thermostat. All right, that's the east. It's okay for this thermostat to be installed on this wall. You're not supposed to put thermostats in kitchens. This is not technically in the kitchen. But you know what? It's next to the oven. So if I'm sitting here and I'm running this oven, I set it for 350 and we're waiting. I set this oven for 350 and it's sitting here and you're cooking a turkey and this is your thermostat. Do you think this oven's going to affect the thermostat? I do. Thermostat's a dumb animal. I mean, this is a smart thermostat. It's programmable, but it just does what you tell it to do. I know it's never going to get 50 degrees in here. It's going to run until it reaches 50 degrees, or it's going to try to reach 50 degrees. It's a dumb animal. So whatever you put it on 70 degrees, 75 degrees, make yourself comfortable, wherever, whatever, and you're doing 350 for hours, this thermostat's going to think that it's warmer and it's going to be chilling out the rest of the house. That's just what it's going to be doing. We got an oven here. It's a nice little oven. We got self-cleaning, bake, self-clean, broil, warm, off. I'm not seeing there might be inside the instructions a way to encourage it to make it become. You might have a convection operation, which is beyond the scope of this inspection. You might have a convection operation. We don't know. This is the microwave right here. Panel lock, sensor, heat sensor on. Kitchen timer, microwave plus 30 seconds. We turn it on. And look at those lights go. Those are magic lights. I got those because I was the smartest kid in the room. They're supposed to blink. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what you know. It's supposed to cycle on and off. On and off. So there you go. Now we're counting down. 15, 14, 13, 12. Okay. Blinking away. 325. Come on, Mr. Preheat. It's a race. Oh, you're going to lose, Mr. Preheat. Oh, no. There we go. There's the song. And there we go. This is how I know it works. Hot, hot, hot. All right. Refrigerators are beyond the scope of this inspection. All right. We got vegetables, and it feels cool. Get a little water tray over there. I do not know if it conveys, just like I do not know if the Ring doorbell conveys. If the Ring doorbell conveys, you need the codes. I understand that you can use this one. You need the codes to the dishwasher, to the refrigerator. The refrigerator should be, okay, serviced before taking possession of the property. There's our making ice. It should be serviced before taking possession of the property. That would include cleaning the fan, cleaning the coils, changing any water filters, just to make sure that it's good to go. And you know what? If it doesn't convey with the property and you're bringing your own refrigerator in here, well then your old refrigerator should be serviced before you move into the house. Might as well get it right. Well, this thing is mic'd in pretty tight. Okay, you might want to make some measurements or something. Coming along here, our cooktop's working fine. They all come on. Our gas valve is underneath here. Alright. Our cooktop is vented to the exterior. Our cooktop is high enough. It doesn't really look like it in real time, but if you go online and see pictures of the property, the filters look pretty dirty. They kind of look dirty from here, you know, but in person they don't look that dirty. The lights come on. The fan comes on. I put my business card up there and it sucked hard enough for my business card. Now, there's one thing about this thing. This thing sucks hard, you know, pretty hard. This house is pretty tight. That's sealed. These doors are sealed, windows are sealed. Good insulation in the attic. Alright. House is pretty tight. Where does this guy get his air? He's going to suck it from the fireplace. We do not have a vent fan, a makeup air register on the ceiling for this fan. If this fan moves enough enough air, if it moves enough air, it's going to want to come from somewhere. And if it doesn't move that much air and it's not required, then it's not required. This is one of my favorites right here. That's the fan for the vent fan that goes outside. It goes outside on the north wall. See that nice square on the wall behind there? You know what that's not? That is not a fire blocking plate. That is foil that has been decorated around the wall in the shape of a fire blocking plate. They cared enough, they know what they should have done. They know what they needed to do, and they know what they didn't do. And they knew enough about this that they made a nice little design so that it looks like a fire blocking plate. And it's not. This foil is okay on these joints, but as a fire blocking plate, it's not rated for that. Not rated for that. And you know what? It's not the best job of trying to look like a fire blocking plate I've ever seen. I gotta tell you that. Alright. We're going along. We've got our dishwasher. It's got a nice high loop on it. It's GFCI protected. Food waste disposal is 0.5 horsepower. It's GFCI protected. Now, these sinks, alright, are farm sinks. And normally, I would call out the fact that we have a foul line here. That's what it's called, F-O-U-L. It's where all the cooties hide, and the germs, and the viruses, and the bacterium. That's where those things hide. But the farm sink, the manufacturer's installation instructions, if you look at the instructions, it looks just about like that. It doesn't cascade down. It's got to come in here like this. It expects the overhang. It's by design. Okay, 0.5 horsepower food waste disposal, and it's pretty boring underneath here too. Dishwasher's still kicking. Well, bud, are you done? Almost. When this home was built, it was just a baby in the builder's belly. They did not have a splashback reveal party. They didn't have one of those. So all the receptacles, the outlet boxes for the electrical, they all came out from the studs enough so that when you installed the drywall, all this was nice and flush and pretty. Okay? And what happened? We came in here, we put a splashback. Nice pretty brick pattern. Look at this thing, nice thick material. But now this extended out farther from the wall than this. So now we've got a hole around our junction box, our outlet box, call it what you will. We got a hole around this guy. Look at that. And so now if you got sparks inside of there, there's nothing to keep them from jumping out, coming on in, you know, warming up your souffle, you know, whatever. So what we're going to have here is what we should have had. They're called goof rings. They're called extenders. I heard a code inspector the other day called it a spark suppression ring, and he seemed like he's a pretty smart guy. And I got a link baked in my inspection report by a pretty handy girl. Not supposed to have all that debris in there either. And they cost about $3 a piece. About $3 a piece. So 12, 15, got a big one right there. They're going to charge you more than that. They're going to charge you sales tax and stuff like that. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. But for about $20, an inexpensive good home inspection. Yes. Well, come on in. Yeah. Come walk in. All right.
Oh, hey.
Hey. So for less than $20, there's no reason why this couldn't have been made right. It's a very inexpensive fix. Was it correct? No way was it correct. Should the builder have acted right? Yeah, he should have acted right. Okay, one other thing I'm going here. Now, on the countertop, I'll explain it to you in a minute, sir. On the countertop, okay, the National Marble Institute says that if it extends out past 10 inches, you should have a corbel.
Yeah.
Yep, you should have a corbel underneath there or some similar support. And there's none over there. So if your drunk Uncle Bud comes over here and parks his butt over here at the Super Bowl party, it breaks off, everybody laughs. Oh no, he needs stitches, that's bad.
Yeah,
oh no, when you find out how much it costs to replace, well then that's not so funny, you don't have a corbel there. One other thing, and we're going to be done here. Yep, it's called a corbel. Now, this electric receptacle outlet, according to the National the NEC, National Electrical Code, 2015, this house is a little newer than that, 2015, these receptacles should not be recessed more than 6 inches. You shouldn't have an overhang more than 6 inches. You got your Scentsy candle over here, you got your crock pot over here, somebody hooks their hand in the cable. I'm making that story up. I don't know why they came up with that code. But that receptacle is recessed farther than 6 inches. It's not labeled as being GFCI protected. So that's what we got right there.